Hello guys, it's Elite C here again, showing you a few slopes. So let's get started. Basically, I wanted to show you some of the slopes that a few of you have requested. So for example, we have the no slope. In this case, we have the slope going in both directions. So this to me is like a slope that's more of the y-axis rather than x-axis, and I can link this down below. So basically, because of the slope is going in both directions, basically it's non-existent. As you can see, everything went well. Now, make sure you have your cursor options and your video settings matching correctly to the Pangya screen settings. That way it will work, right? That way the spin match the spin on your game. Also, you can do 10, 20, or 30 spin. You can also do curving here. So for example, if something happened to you, you move the game, you try to do 0, just go back and forth with the settings and then click 0, and then you should be good to go. In this case, I'm going to move away the spin so I can measure the ball or the slope, right? So as you can see, I click on the start to measure or take a screenshot of the slope. In this case, as you can see, the slope is going to the right, right? So click on the brakes and you should be good to go. Now, there are options or ways to check different angles, different slopes, and in this case I'm just showing you a different slope. So as you can see, this would be 0 slope, right? Or maybe on the y-axis, but because I move it to the like 45 degree to the right, means that now we have a slope. So again, just look at the slope theory, you'll find that interesting. In this case, I also gotta make sure it's not center with the triangle, but maybe center at the hole. So yeah, that's another trick shot. Now a different option here, or another way of looking at the slope, it's using the start. You can also do the Sakura comment. You also have to make sure to click on the checkbox to enable the right click. Okay, now let me say this: you want to use the right click to do the purple dots, so that is the counter effect, right? So as you can see, on this side we have a different kind of slope with different brakes. On the slope going to the opposite side, you want to make sure to use the right click and then just continue to use the left click on the regular brakes with the yellow dot, right? So let's take the angle and let's go for the trick shot. Now sometimes, even if you do everything right, sometimes it might not work, right? Sometimes. So in this case, as you can see, the slope would be to the right, and that's correct. Wind wise, I have wind 0, so make sure by doing this that you don't have a hidden slope. So that's what happened to me in the last trick shot. There was a hidden slope I didn't realize, so just be careful. As you can see, the slope is pretty much the angle is pretty much non-existent at this point. Gotta make sure that the angle of the wind also didn't move, just in case. Yep, perfect. In this case, I've got 100%, which is good. This is from one of the items I have. Now this one is a tricky one, and as you can see, when it's super tricky, it's gonna be really impossible to do the clicks. But in this case, I'm gonna give it a try, and as you can see, I'm gonna put the details here. Weight angle, and of course this is a right slope. Now let's do another try. Now in this case, I might have missed a few things. As you can see, all you have to do is click on the checkbox, so you can do the right clicks, and also the yellow ones is going to be the left click, and all you have to do is do your best, to be honest. But in this one, it's gonna be like a approximation. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's good enough.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Yeah, pretty close. Alright, so I'll give you another example. In this case, the slope is I would say it's big one. In this case, the slope is going to the right. But I'll give you another example actually. Let me hit the water, and I think this is a better example. Now I'm using the Sakura common, and as you can see, I don't have to click the start to capture those ball breaks. Some of this slope is going to the left, some of it is also going to the right. So which one is it? So you count the breaks and you say, well, we got 3 going to the left, so it's a left slope, right? Alright, so we actually have 4 breaks. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then do the right clicks. Yep. Now let's enter some of the details. So usually you would want to do like 10 spin or 20 or even 30. I try to avoid doing the spin negative or front spin because the caliper gets all messed up. So I'm going to show you what happens once you move 45 degrees away from the hole to the right and to the left. And as you can see, the degree here, there's a px value. You can use that if you want, but in my example here, I'm just going to show you that you can also read the breaks on both directions to get a better accurate reading of the slope. And I'm gonna show you what happens if you do the inverse. So in this case, we have the degree or the slope going to the left. Actually, going to the left in this case, yes. and we have a few brakes. So we have 5 brakes to the left. We got I believe that's 6 brakes going to the right. Let me do it again. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's another one right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have a bigger slope going to the right. That's why I think it's a left slope. Okay, so in this case, because we have, let me put that 100 out of the way. All right, this looks better. Yep, so this is going to the right, but it's just better to look at it when you have bigger brakes on each side. So because I only have one big brake, but 2 brakes on the right side, we know it's a left slope. So let's try to do approximation here. Now there's a tiny little bit of, I guess, a pixel. I don't think it actually counts. Now for this trick shots, you want to check the angle really well. Sometimes it goes in a different direction by a few seconds, right? So just try your best and don't miss Pangya, right? So the angle in this case of the wind sometimes it's a pain, right? So you can do it, maybe try to read better the angle. Okay, let's give it a try. There we go. All right, thank you for watching.